Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today I'll be breaking down the full card of Pereira versus Rountree and Pennington versus Peña, UFC 307. Hopefully the picks are a lot more better than the UFC 306 this time. Those are quite brutal. I only got like 4 out of 9 or 4 out of 10. I think it was 4 out of 9. Because one of the fights with Egachara's was a late replacement with Van, but yeah. Let's try to do better this time. But I understand a lot of people, a lot of content creators and a lot of people did get bad picks. So a lot of underdogs hit that card too, so it is what it is. But yeah, let's get into this card. First up on this card here, we've got Alexander Hernandez versus Austin Hubbard. I don't know if it loads. So yeah, basically with Alexander Hernandez coming off 2 straight losses there. That last fight could have went either way with Damien Jackson. He had some moments where, you know, he would stand on the outside, throw jabs, a lot of leg kicks, a lot of 1-2s. He's got decent striking offensively, but he does get hit a fair bit from what I've noticed as well. He did get taken down that fight there early in the rounds, but later rounds when I felt like Damien Jackson started losing it with his gas tank, started slowing down. Alexander Hernandez did have some moments as well in that fight, so could go either way with that one. He's got decent grappling himself and decent offensive takedown himself to Alexander Hernandez. It's just not really looking good for him at the moment. He has had a win over Jim Miller, and Jim Miller's quite past it now. He has lost to Billy Quarantillo, he's lost to Renato, so it's not a really good look. He's been submitted as well, so going against someone like Austin Hubbard here. Austin Hubbard, he's another push forward striker. But he has his head up pretty high to himself, and he takes a lot of shots, so he just pushes forward, throws a lot of 1-2s and a couple of leg kicks. He's not much of an output guy with the striking. He will be trying to look for the takedowns himself as well in this fight. So and uses grappling against the fencer in this fight as well. So it's a 50-50 fight. It could go either way. Austin Hubbard is coming off a win against Figlak as well. And he's lost to Kurt Caliber by submission, but it's honestly a 50-50 fight, eh? Yeah, I just don't know, because just studying the tape and whatnot, I just don't know who to go with this one. Yeah, I might have to go with Hernandez on this one. I feel like even though both guys have their chins up in the air and they get tagged a fair bit, I just feel like Hernandez has a better. I feel like Hernandez would have the better cardio the later rounds than Hubbard does, so I'm gonna go with a low confidence pick with Alexander Hernandez here. Austin Hubbard could pull this off as well. So both guys are the same age as well, so they're not very old as well in competition wise. But yeah, Alexander Hernandez has had more UFC fights, I feel like, than Austin Hubbard as well. So yeah, it's a bit of a hard pick, that one. So yeah, 50-50 with the community here, and I'm picking Alexander Hernandez to win this fight. Next up, we've got Tim Means versus Court McGee. Tim Means here is coming off a loss as well himself. Got knocked out by Uros Medic. He's a decent striker himself, but again, like, chin's up a bit too when he's striking. So he'll stay at range, say some leg kicks on the outside, constantly move around. Also strike to the body and use his jab very well. Very good with his clinching and throwing up knees in the middle to the body and the head, and using elbows. He will tend to grapple a lot too, and use knees and in the body against the fence as well. Got some good takedowns too himself. But yeah, he's coming on the arse end of his career. He's like 40 years old, and his last win was against Falal with a knee and the punches TKO, but like, lost against Roanoke by submission, Max Griffin and Kevin Holland. So offensively, he's decent with jiu-jitsu as well, but yeah, he's lost a lot. He's been submitted a fair bit too in his last couple of fights, but they're more so, yeah, against more younger guys as well. But again, this is more of a veteran fight. Like, going against someone like Court McGee himself doesn't look that great. He lost to Alex Morano, Matt Brown, Wells, and his last win was almost 3 years ago against Ramiz Brahimaj and Claudio Silva. So these guys are probably not even in the UFC. I've never really heard of them before. Yeah, so with Court McGee, he's not the best striker himself. He has his head up high and he stays on the outside. Doesn't throw much output with his striking. Defensively, he's not good at striking as well. He'll throw some leg kicks and 1-2s. Nothing that great, but that head, his chin up high. His chin is very high. What McGee's compared to Tim Means. Yeah, he's more of a grappler and a wrestler, like more grappler and a wrestler, Tim McGee. But he hasn't done well setting him up as well in his last couple of fights, and he's got some nice jiu-jitsu as well on him. So he's got some submissions on his record. But with this matchup here, Tim Means. I think he'll get a TKO in this one because Court McGee does not look good. I think the clinching and the knees up in the body there will take a toll on Court McGee and slow him down in the later rounds. And yeah, he just looks more. He looks more of a fresher fighter compared to Court McGee. So if that kind of makes sense. So yeah, Tim Means community here is going to go 44% by TKO, which is understandable. Like they're probably looking at clinching as well. And, you know, using these boys, like I said, and 89 decision and 11% go on decision with Court McGee, which is crazy, man, because he's not a really good striker. He may, like, yeah, he might get a takedown out grapple. He might out grapple for a round there with Tim Means, but I don't think so. He doesn't do well close in the distance, Court McGee. So I'm gonna go with Tim Means here, with 89% on the community. Next up, we have Ovince St. Preux versus Ryan Spann. I'll break this fight down on the Brady versus Burns versus Brady card. I broke that fight down there. So yeah, we all know Ovince St. Preux being a veteran in the sport, former title challenger. He's a guy who's coming off a win as well against Kennedy, but split decision. He's aging as well. He's almost 42 years old. He's another guy who's known for like staying in range, throwing low kicks, body kicks. He's got a lot of power in his left hand there too. So he's known for his dart strokes, guillotine chokes. Very good with his offensive submissions when he does get the fight to the ground. And he uses a bit of grappling here and there, but he's starting to slow down, starting to show his age there too. With his striking. So going against someone like Ryan Spann is not really looking good as well. Like he's lost to Bogdan, got knocked out there. Anthony Smith, that's the split is not a good look. And lost by submission by Nikita. And then had a knockout of Dominic Reyes. And submission win against Cutelaba. So he's still young though. He's 33 years old, Ryan Spann. But as much as he's good offensively, defensively he's quite bad too. So yeah, he does it with his striking. It's very basic 1-2, stays in range, throws some low kicks here and there. Not very much so in his last couple of fights. Uses more front kicks to the body than anything. He's not good. I think he even got finished by Johnny Walker as well. That's fucking crazy. So yeah, like I said, much as he's good offensively with being a mixed martial artist, he's not good defensively. So he's got some good submissions on his record there too. So he's in a lot of submission losses. So look, he could knock out OSP because he's starting to age. I think with a veteran experience like with OSP, I think I'm hoping he holds up, and I think he could pull off this win. To be honest, like I think as long as he stays in range, and it's going to be a boring fight, I feel like as well. So I feel like Ryan Spann, if he doesn't get the knockout, he's going to really struggle on closing the distance and trying to get the fight to the ground. Because I feel like even if the fight did hit the ground, he probably will get submitted by OSP. So a lot of people are going against OSP like 20% and knockout by Spann with 86%. But I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to go for OSP with his veteran experience. Yeah, I understand why people pick Spann more than younger guys will, but damn, man, this fight can go either way. Like, yeah, I wouldn't be mad if Spann wins, but it's just breaking down the tape last couple of fights as well. It just doesn't look good. So I'm gonna go with OSP, but because that fight even against Kennedy, he looked like you know his experience held up quite well there too against someone like Kennedy. So yeah, I'm gonna go OSP and go against 80% of the community. So yeah, OSP is a pick for me, guys. Like I said, write down in the comments if if you guys don't tend to agree, which is understandable. Everyone's opinion's valuable. So yeah, that's what I like to see with a lot of people kind of like put me in my place and, you know, and say, hey, you're not right. So yeah. Next up, we've got Stephen Thompson versus Joaquin Buckley. Stephen Thompson's another guy's aging quite, like what? Wouldn't say bad. That's really rude for me to say that. He's getting old. He's getting up there. So he's aging a bit. He's almost 42 years old. Yeah, I don't know where he goes from here, right? Stephen Thompson. He's been submitted by Shavkat. Like, his takedown defense has always been pretty bad. Hasn't been the best, to be honest, in the UFC. Even lost those Tyron Woodley fights, getting taken down. So his takedown defense is pretty bad. Striking wise, karate stance. He will throw a lot of low kicks, a lot of straight shots to the body, using his jab, and he will look for the counter with his left hand as well. Question mark kick. So all that jazz. He was hurt a bit in the early rounds against Kevin Holland as well, but he ended up getting a win and ended up battering him to a TKO. Lost his fights against Bilal Muhammad and Gilbert Burns. Lost by pretty much getting out wrestled by those guys, and won one against Jeff Neal. So it's not too bad. He's won the striking battles, but lost the wrestling battles. That makes sense. Yeah, he's, like I said, he's getting old. And going against like someone like Joaquin Buckley, he's not going to be that stationary target. And for Stephen Thompson, he's going to constantly move around. He's not going to be like Kevin Holland, just pushing forward, be stationary. He's got very good footwork, Joaquin Buckley. He'll move around, switch stance, throw low kicks, body kicks and high kicks, and uses jab. And he's got a nice left hand too, Joaquin Buckley, so he's got some power in that left hand as well. And switching stance will constantly put Thompson off as well, off his game, I feel like, as well. But Joaquin Buckley has been using a lot of takedowns in his fights as well, the last couple of fights. So I feel like if he does that, do not like it. Because even if he does win like a round against Stephen Thompson, the early round, I feel like he shouldn't stand there for 3 rounds in front of him. Even though he's got good footwork and, you know, pretty much what I said, like using low kicks and body kicks and left hand. He's got a left hand, but great left hand, and also got a good counters, little right hooks there. But he should use the takedowns. He used in the last couple of fights. He should really, when Stephen Thompson does like move forward, where he does overcommit with striking, if he does pop out that left hand, go for the takedown. So I think he should use those takedowns there. And since it's a 3-round fight too, so, and try to control Stephen Thompson on the ground there with his takedown and his grappling. I feel like he will do that. So Joaquin Buckley. So that's why I'm going to pick Joaquin Buckley here, because I feel like he should be smart enough to use those takedowns. If he doesn't, he's going to get picked apart over the rounds with Stephen Thompson's counter striking as well. So a lot of people, 41% going to go with Thompson. I'm going to be that 59% with Buckley. I feel like the takedowns are going to be key. Wait till Thompson overcommits, or even mix that up and get him really focused on the counter left there, and then just go shoot for a takedown. So yeah, Joaquin Buckley is a pick here. I think this is going to be a great fight too. So I'm hoping Joaquin Buckley does use his takedowns. Next up, I think it's a bit slow today. So yeah. Next up, we've got Carla Esparza versus Tecia Pennington. Both girls, I'm pretty sure, have been out for a bit. Carla Esparza hasn't fought for almost 2 years. Last bout was 2022. Just had a baby as well, so which is understandable. Carla Esparza, she's striking's not the best. Like coming off a loss there against Zhang, she lost a belt against Zhang. Well, he's young. And had a split. That split win was really bad. Like Rose didn't do shit. Esparza didn't do shit. It is what it is. Both girls didn't deserve to win that fight, to be honest. Carla Esparza, she's not the best at striking. Like she'll kind of like throw some jabs and 1-2s and some combinations, but her head's up high when she does those combinations in the pocket. But she'll be looking for the takedown. She's very good with the timing the takedowns and getting the takedowns, and very good in controlling opponents on the ground, and using a lot of ground and pound there against her opponents. on the ground. But yeah, it didn't work well against Weili Zhang. Weili Zhang pretty much played the unit card in reverse. It's pretty much used as scrambles on the ground there and out grappled on the ground, and yeah, took it away from there. But she's her takedowns are good. When she does get a takedown, she really does dominate on the ground. So she's had wins over even like Jan there, put on a crucifix. Marina Rodriguez takedown defense is atrocious as well. Had a win over Gomez. So yeah, she's good with the takedowns, good with the grappling. Like going against someone like Tecia Pennington, Pennington's striking is way better than Esparza. I feel like it. She's going to constantly move on the outside, throw leg kicks and spinning kicks. She'll throw combinations and constantly move around the outside. So she's coming off 2 losses herself too. She was taken down by Ricky as well, from what I've noticed in that fight. And then Dern, she was kind of out grappled. So they're the holes in the game with Tecia Pennington, where she will get out grappled even again on the fence. And she got taken down that fight there with Ricky. And then had a last one 3 years ago. So it's a hard pick. It's a 50-50 pick. A lot of 17% Pennington, 83 with Esparza. I'm gonna go with Esparza. I feel like if she does get the fight to the ground, it's not gonna be easy. But if she does get onto the ground, I think she will, or even out grapple the fence, I think she will control Tecia pretty well. So Tecia was taken down in the last fight there, and it wasn't a good look against Ricky as well. So I feel like she could get it done. And as far as I like, as much as I've counted her out, even against Yarn, she ended up battering Yarn. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Esparza with a pick here with her grappling and wrestling. Next up, we have Ihor Potieria versus Cesar Almeida. This is a strikers battle here. Ihor Potieria, he's got some nice hand speed. He's got some pretty good striking, to be honest. Like, as much as you see his losses on the record, like, yeah, he got submitted by Pereira, and Pereira put that the gun pose to his head because he did. Ihor Potieria did it to Shogun, which is quite disrespectful at that time. So it was more of a Brazilian revenge thing. So yeah, Ihor Potieria is known for his striking. So his last one was against Robert Brzezek. So he would pressure is Robert there, use low kicks, use a lot of 1-2s, but he's got some good hand speed as well, Ihor Potieria, and that's what was key in that matchup, the hand speeds. And he will mix up his grappling as well. Use the fence and throw some knees against his opponent. So, but he's had wins against guys that are unranked, but he's lost to unranked guys as well, but these are guys that have a really good potential, even Carlos Uberg, and had a win against Maria. So 2 out of the last 5 is not a good look as well. And yeah, these guys have got very good potential coming up. So Ihor Potieria is a decent striker, but defensively he gets touched up a fair bit as well, from what I've noticed. And going against like someone like Cesar Almeida, everyone's running that hype train on him. Look, he lost to Kopylov. He even got dropped by Kopylov in that fight. He even got taken down by Kopylov in that fight, Cesar Almeida. So as much as it's good offensive striking, he's defensively gets tagged up a fair bit, from what I've noticed. He'll throw some low kicks, body kicks. Even with his striking, he's got some nice combinations there. He switches stances as well to give different looks. He gets tagged up a fair bit too. I don't like that with Cesar Almeida. The chin up is very high, and that's how he got dropped by Kopylov as well. He just gets too over aggressive too when he pushes forward, and he just loses focus as well, and he gets taken down. And even in this last fight, he was taken down by Kopylov. He was taken down in the Budka fight. But I think he should be okay with his takedown defense against Ihor Potieria. Yeah, I could be wrong though, but his takedown defense needs a lot of work, as much as he's a good striker, and he just needs to stop overcommitting with the striking there. And, well, not overcommitting, more so he gets over aggressive with his combination and striking there. He pushes too much forward, gets a bit too aggressive and gets countered pretty easy to Cesar Almeida, as much as he's a good striker. So yeah, I'm gonna go Almeida by knockout as well. 89% is gonna go with community going with Almeida by knockout, and 11% with Potieria. But man, like Potieria, if he starts like grappling and wrestling, he could pull it off because like there's holes in Almeida's game with the takedowns as well. So, but I think Almeida will be fine. I think he'll be okay. He's just I'm gonna go with the early knockout. We're here with Almeida. Almeida's a pick there. Next up, we've got Marina Rodriguez versus Iasmin Lucindo. Marina Rodriguez, known to just stay in range, throw a lot of kicks on the leg kicks, front kicks, and she's very good with the boxing as well. Does get tagged up a bit as well herself, but she's very good throwing combinations, staying in range. Her clinch game is pretty good too, throwing a lot of knees to the head and the body. So move a Muay Thai fighter. But her takedown defense is also pretty bad too, from what I've noticed on the tape. She was taken down against Jessica Andrade, which is not a good look at all because Andrade's more of a striker than a grappler and a wrestler. So getting taken down by Andrade is really bad. Also was taken down with Michelle Waterson early rounds before Waterson got battered. Lost to Jandiroba. Fair enough. Jandiroba is a very high level grappler and wrestler. Very good, very good with the jiu-jitsu. So, and lost to Lemos, and won against Jan. So, what can you say? I had a win over a win over someone that's pretty much retired now. And anyway, I think she's retired. I'm not sure, Michelle Waterson, but she's definitely way past her prime. So, getting a win over her in the last 4 fights, not the best look. But she did batter her though. I'll give her that one. Yeah, takedown defense is not good look. When you're getting taken down by high level grappler wrestlers, fair enough. But if you're getting taken down by fucking Jessica Andrade, oh my god, that's not a good look, and you lost to it too. So, going against Iasmin Lucindo, she'll stay at range, and then when she does, she come into the pocket, she'll throw combinations. She's got some decent combinations as well. She'll be looking for counters as well. Very heavily with her grappling. And be looking forward to getting this fight on the ground. She doesn't really like to be in the striking too much, so she'll try to push. She won't push forward. She'll look for openings where her opponent will overcommit, try to push for counter the opponents, and also start grappling against the fence and look for the takedown. That's what she kind of did with Carolina there, and she had a win over Polyvena. So she's very good with the jiu-jitsu as well. Lucindo, so I did pick against Lucindo with Polyvena, but she fucking submitted it too, which is insane. So, look, lost her debut against Iasmin Jauregui. Fair enough, but she did hold up her own. She put on a nice wall in that one. She's quite young, 22 years old, so I feel like her hand speed will be there in this fight as much as Marina is the better striker. I feel like it, but Iasmin's going to be constantly switching stances and move around the outside, making it hard for Marina, and she'll use her low kicks and try to take that movement away against Marina. And Marina, if Marina gets too aggressive there, pushing forward, she will mix up the takedowns as well, Lucindo. So I was quite surprised when I seen this. I can understand, 43 position with Lucindo, but Lucindo is a lot more well-rounded as a mixed martial artist than Rodriguez. I understand Rodriguez is a lot better striker and a lot of people are going to go with her, but her takedown defense is atrocious. I can't really pick Rodriguez because of her takedown defense. So I'm going to go with Lucindo with the 43%, and 53 going with Rodriguez. Fair enough. It's going to be, look, if Lucindo doesn't be dominant with her takedowns and her grappling, then it might be a split decision win for Rodriguez. She could win this one, but just seeing the tape there against fucking Andrade and shit, in the other fights, just have better takedown defenses and getting out grappled with their offense. It's not a good look. So, Lucindo's a pick here, but again, Marina could win this one for fair play. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the younger girl here right now, Iasmin Lucindo. Iasmin Lucindo, sorry. That's my pick there. Next up, we are also on the main card, Roman Dolidze versus Kevin Holland. with this matchup here, Roman Dolidze. He's coming off a win against Anthony Smith. It was short notice. It was in the light heavyweight division as well. He didn't look that great. Neither did Anthony Smith. He's also aging too. He's almost pushing. Yeah, he's pushed 36. So striking wise, he's okay. He's all right. From what I've seen, he does well in the earlier rounds, like to throw low kicks and push forward with his jab, and he has some nice combinations and very good power in his hands. But the problem is, the later the round goes, he starts getting a bit tired, and the striking doesn't get that. His striking gets a bit sluggish. Even in the Marvin Vettori fight, he didn't look good after the fight started hitting the second round and started going later rounds. He started really getting bad with his striking. He's very good with his grappling though, and he will be looking for the takedowns as well. He did that with Imamov. He was he was getting outstruck, and he was trying to look for the takedowns. He couldn't get it. So when he does get the takedowns, he's very good with his jiu-jitsu. So very high level grappler on the ground there, and he's very good. I wouldn't say he's good on getting the takedowns. He does struggle a bit to get the takedowns. Yeah, he's a very big dude for the division as well. So going against someone like Kevin Holland's going to be the guy constantly moving on the outside and trying to take away Roman's. I think he will take away Roman's movement, using a lot of low kicks and the body kicks, and the side kicks to the body. More of a kung fu fighter in a way, if that makes sense. And yeah, he's got to kill a left hand himself too. So he's very good. He's very, very tall for the division. Uses reach pretty decent. Does get tagged himself a bit too. Even that fight with MVP, he didn't look good. But yeah, he's got some holes with his takedown defense too, Kevin Holland. But did held up against Michael Chiesa in that fight. But he's been submitted a fair bit too. He's also got some good submissions offensively himself too. He won his last fight there. Pretty sure it was an armbar. He got dropped. Mikhail got a bit too aggressive, jumped into his guard, and then he got fucking submitted. So yeah, it's a bit of a hard one. I'm gonna have to go with Kevin Holland with one, but I can also see him getting taken down and losing by submission too. So, but yeah, it's more of a 50-50 fight, but it's going to be hard to knock out Dolidze. I think it will be, but if he constantly moves on the outside and makes Dolidze more flat-footed when the round goes, and really, really kind of like makes Dolidze tired over the rounds, then he will pick him apart. So I feel like Holland's cardio will be a bit more better than Dolidze's. But yeah, Holland's a pick here, 63%, and obviously 37% with Dolidze. So 50-55 to be honest for me. Next up, we're going to the main card. We're going to the main. Oh wait, that was the main card. Yeah, so we're going to the main. We're going to the next fight on the main card here. Kayla Harrison versus Ketlen Vieira. Kayla Harrison's coming off a win here against Holly Holm. Very, very much surprised me with that fight. She was very aggressive with the striking. She'll push forward, use a jab, low kicks, and then when Holly was against the fence, she'll just out of nowhere throw high kicks to the fucking head. So very aggressive with the striking, and she'll switch in stance as well to kind of mix it up. So that kind of surprised me. And then when she had Holly in her place and against the fence, she'll use the takedowns. Holly even tried to fucking I think, take her down in that fight. I'm not too sure, but Holly did try to fucking get into exchange with the grappling and whatnot. I was just like, what the fuck's going on here? I'm pretty sure she did, but correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, Kayla just out grappled her and then submitted her, I'm pretty sure, in the second round. So, well, she's going to be using that pressure with her striking and set up the takedowns and using grappling and try to submit her opponent. And going against someone like Ketlen Vieira, she's very high level with her grappling and her jiu-jitsu. So this is an interesting fight. Like, Ketlen Vieira's striking is not that great. She gets tagged a fair bit too in the striking. She's defensively not that great. She'll do enough to try to close the distance use a jab, use combinations, and pretty much just get the takedown straight away. So with this fight here, if you guys see that win over Holly Holm, she shouldn't have won that. She got outstruck. She got fucking smashed in that fight. A lot of us walked away from the TVs thinking that fucking Ketlen Vieira won. She didn't. Sorry, Holly Holm won, but yeah, she got. That was plain daylight robbery there. So lost to Pennington. And won against Penny Kianzad. Penny Kianzad. Sorry. So strike is not the best. Footwork's not that great as well from Ketlen Vieira from notice. So I think Kayla Harrison's. I don't know what Kayla Harrison's going to do. This is Ketlen Vieira could pull off a upset. So with a jiu-jitsu and a grappling on the ground. So it's a dangerous fight for Kayla Harrison. She's going to keep this on the feet and try to outstrike Ketlen Vieira and maybe just mix up a takedown here and there in the later rounds or whatnot. Just the problem is, like, I don't know if how good I think Ketlen Vieira could pull off a submission win here and cause an upset. So Kayla Harrison, I don't know if she's going to keep on the feet and just strike with her, because I do feel like her footwork's a lot better than Ketlen Vieira's. I feel like she just strikes with it, there's some kicks and uses a jab and stays in range, and maybe mix up, I don't know, and maybe mix up grappling against the fence and just use some knees and whatnot, and try to slow Ketlen Vieira down and make her sluggish, like tired and sluggish, to try to get the takedowns. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know how this fight's gonna go away, because we can't underestimate Vieira's grappling and jiu-jitsu. Like, a lot of people got 97% with Harrison and 3% with Ketlen Vieira. Yeah, look, I'm gonna go with Harrison here, 97%, because she'll feel like her footwork and her strike is a lot better than Vieira's. It's just more the grappling department, because that's Vieira's game, the grappling and the jiu-jitsu. So she's yeah. So this is gonna be, I can really do see an upset here by Vieira. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Kayla Harrison, 97%. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how good Kayla Harrison is in this fight. But yeah, Kayla Harrison's picked there. Next up, we've got José Aldo versus Mario Bautista in this card. José Aldo had a brilliant performance there against Martinez in his last fight. If you guys haven't seen that fight, it was a nice comeback fight. He was retired, pretty much came back and got pulled. Did lose against Merab, but you know, Merab's a champ now, and his defense held up. Like, Merab didn't even take. I don't think he took him down. Yeah, he didn't take him down at all. But yeah, it was a shit fight. Merab just held him up against the fence. So, look, he was on a tear. Aldo, sorry, excuse me. Aldo was on a tear before he lost to Merab. He won against Marlon Vera. He out-grappled Marlon Vera, took him down that fight too. Picked Pedro apart. Rob Font used his grappling and wrestling in that fight too. Jonathan Martinez in that fight just picked him apart. So with Jonathan Martinez, with him, you know, you see him with, like, his Hammer was, like, you know, getting TKOs with leg kicks and whatnot, damaging Brennan's legs. He closed the distance on Martinez. José Aldo did. So he'll close the distance. He'll fucking use a jab well, high guard, throw some nice combinations to the body. His striking so nice now. Like, he's been working on his boxing a lot. Also, check out that fight against Jeremy Stevens. You see how really polished his boxing is now with José Aldo. So very good using his jab and looking for the openings and ripping the combinations there to Martinez. And then when Martinez was, like, pushing forward, his leg was getting torn up by José Aldo. Aldo would throw body kicks, and he'll throw that odd leg kick out and take away the movement by Martinez. The later rounds, Martinez really did struggle there to stand on his feet. So, because he took away that movement with the lead leg. So the kicking game is still there by José Aldo, so I'm glad it is. But yeah, this one, and his takedown defense is good too, Aldo. And he did land a takedown against Martinez in the third round to mix it up. But yeah, this one I feel like with Mario Bautista is kind of a step down to Martinez. Mario Bautista, like, he is on a win streak. He has lost to Trevin Jones and Sandhagen, so that's where he gets his 2 losses. He did win against Simone, but he still got dropped by Simone with a counter left. He was taken down by Simone as well a fair bit. So Bautista, and the win before that was against Black Shield. Black Shield was short notice, and Guida Ken said he was 43 years old at the time when he won against him. So, but Mario Bautista is good with his takedown defense. Striking wise, he's okay. He does throw some lazy leg kicks out there where he'll just throw it out there and just spin around, and you can't do shit like that against José Aldo. Just being throwing lazy kicks out there and whatnot, he'll counter you. So Mario Bautista, I don't think he's striking as good as Aldo. He does get tagged a fair bit too on the defense. So his defense is not that great, but yeah, he's good at offensive wrestling and even setting up submissions on the ground. So his grappling, his BJJ is very good. He has been taken down against Simone in the last fight, so I'm a bit skeptical of this moment with Mario Bautista. Like, he's well rounded, but with the striking department, I just don't like it with his chin up in the air as well. So he's not going to win the striking department against Aldo. If we get the Aldo that we got with Martinez, he is not going to beat José Aldo with striking. And if Aldo's takedown defense is great as what it's always been, Batista's not beating him. So, and also now that Aldo is like, well, he's pushed 38, right? I don't know how he's got the weight cuts on. He's on top of the weight cuts with the bantamweight, right? But will it start getting a bit more rough now? Now he's 38. Who knows? We'll see. But if we get the José Aldo that we got with Martinez, he's going to dominate Mario Bautista, I feel like. So I'm going to go with 82% Aldo, and 18% are going to go with Bautista. I think Bautista is going to really struggle and really will find out how good Aldo is. That's if we get the Aldo that we got against Martinez. So Aldo is a pick there. Next up, we've got Raquel Pennington versus Julianna Peña. Raquel Pennington defending her belt here. I think it's her first defense. So she's coming up a win there. She's on a massive win streak for years. Marina Silva. Pretty much out-grappled Pennington that first couple of rounds and tired herself out. They got picked apart. So Pennington, she's good with the striking. She's known for striking, like using a jab well. She's very tall for the division as well. She's got good reach. So she'll mix up some combinations in the pocket, use a jab well, throw some leg kicks. Also will use a grappling there against the fence and wear down opponents. And she does use some takedowns here and there, but not really much. She uses more grappling than anything to wear down opponents and slow them down, and use leg kicks. Yeah, just she's very well rounded as a fighter. She did fight for the title against Nunes back in the day, but lost. Going against someone like Peña got the absolute dog shit beaten out of her against Nunes. I didn't even want to watch that fight again. Like, that was a bloody mess. It was almost two years ago. What? Wow, time flies. It was 2 years ago. That's fucking insane. I didn't realize she was sidelined for 2 years. That's crazy. So, Julianna Peña, she won against Nunes, kind of like just outstriked her. And yeah, this Nunes did not look good in that fight either. So yeah, they were just in the striking battle. And Peña got the best of her with the striking, and yeah, just got taken down and submitted Nunes. So Peña got even taken down by Sarah McMahon. She's not that great in the striking. Like, she had a head up high that throws flurry combinations, some leg kicks, but grappling is more of a thing. Peña, and she's very, very good with the jiu-jitsu. With the Sarah McMahon, she got taken down. She was even controlling that fight, but she does well to scramble and win positions on the ground there with the grappling. Peña, she lost to GDR with a submission. That was quite surprising. I do remember that fight. And won against Nico Montano. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Raquel Pennington. I think, look, if Peña wins, it'll be by submission, like a real fluke submission. Couldn't say fluke, but yeah, it will be a fluke submission because Buena Silva really struggled to get Pennington out of there with her jiu-jitsu and her grappling. So look, I'm gonna go with Pennington with this one. I feel like she's a better striker and she's gonna be the better grappler as well. So and that experience is gonna pay off too. But Payne has been there for 5 rounds, but not in a good way. She got battered for 5 rounds. So 32% gonna go Payne. Pennington 68%. So I don't think Pennington will underestimate Payne. I think she will batter in this fight. I don't like the booking right there, to be honest. I don't think Payne actually deserves a title shot, but it is what it is. Next up, we got main event: Alex Pereira versus Khalil Rountree. Not a lot of people are happy with this fight, but it is what it is. I like the fight. It's a striking battle, so I don't give a fuck. Next up, with this fight here, Alex Pereira hasn't lost since Izzy got counted in that fight, but he's on a massive win streak, right? Alex Pereira, last fight he knocked out Ihor. He pretty much finished him in the end of the first round, dropped him, but knocked him out with a head kick when he came out in the second round. So Alex Pereira, he'll pretty much throw a lot of leg kicks, a lot of calf kicks. I haven't really seen too many front kicks to the body with Pereira in his last couple of fights, and I feel like he should do that in this fight. I think it'll be key. But yeah, he's more of a guy that will use a jab and look for the counter left hooks. So he's good with boxing, and defensively he's gotten way better too over time. He is getting a little bit older at 37 years old. Takedown defense has been looking good too there in the last fight. I just don't like when Pereira moves back when he does get out pressured. That Ihor did have some moments from the first fight too where he tagged him a bit, but he's kind of cleaned it up in a way. But yeah, very good kickboxer too. And he's doing well with his takedown defense. He's getting a lot better. So now training with Tecia as well. Yeah, going against someone like Khalil Rountree, it's an interesting matchup because Khalil said he's not going to use takedowns. So probably won't even talk about takedowns in this fight. So with Khalil Rountree, this fight is a little bit soon. I wanted to see him to get a top 5 fight, but it hasn't worked out that way because I kind of wanted to see how accomplished he is as a fighter going against top 5, but we won't see now. So it's a bit hard to break this one down. So with Khalil Rountree, he did get a knockout win over Smith and knocked out Chris Daukaus. Daukaus is not even in the UFC anymore. And Jacoby had a split win. So he's good. He's good defensively. He constantly moves on the outside defensively, makes it harder for opponents to like set traps to against him. So we'll go move on the outside, switch stance, uses oblique kicks and a lot of body kicks as well, a lot of leg kicks. Went to Thailand to try and train Muay Thai. And I like his head movement as well. He's not stationary with his head movement, so yeah, it's going to be interesting. Like, Smith did have some moments in that fight there. He did touch him up when he did trap him up when on the second round, when Khalil Rountree was moving on the outside. So, but offensively, he's going to be using a lot of oblique kicks in this fight too, from what I can see. But he can also get countered too with a left hook, or even the right hand by Pereira. So the thing with Rountree, he's got a nice left hand. He's got a nice counter left hand too. So is that head movement going to really put off Pereira? That's what I'm worried about in this fight. So it's a striker's battle, and I just don't know how much of the oblique kick and the leg kicks are going to come into play. They will come into play, but I don't know how much of that movement is going to put off Pereira. He's not going to be easy to hit, Rountree, but he's definitely going to get counted. One of these guys are going to get counted and hurt, but who's getting knocked out first? I feel like Alex Pereira's chin should be fine and hold up in the light heavyweight division, and he won't get too over aggressive. Yeah, I think Alex Pereira is going to win this fight. I think Khalil Rountree has been knocked out in this division a fair bit. He even got finished by Johnny Walker back in the day, but he's a lot different fighter compared to that. Yeah, he needed a win against top 5 Khalil Rountree. So look, he's good. He's good, very good. He's as a striker, Khalil Rountree, but I feel like this fight's too soon. I'm gonna go with 90% knockout by Pereira, 8% round. People are gonna go Rountree, and I do feel like there could be an upset too because we've seen Pereira touched up there even against Yuri, so and that head movement, it's gonna be a lot harder for Pereira to get his hands on him with that head movement from Khalil Rountree. But can he do that for 5 rounds? That's the thing, we will never know because we've never seen him against a top 5 fighter. So, yeah, I could see Rountree. Look, Rountree can pull it off. Nothing's impossible. We've seen some fucking upsets, but Rountree could pull it off. So, but I'm gonna go with Pereira. But I have a real bad feeling with this fight with Pereira for some reason. I don't know why. I've had that feeling with him the last couple of fights, and he's proved me wrong. But yeah, this could be one of those where the head movement and the constant movement on the outside might put Pereira off, but we'll see. He's not going to be a stationary target, that's for sure, Khalil. He won't be that fucking Hill stationary target. Excuse me, he won't be that stationary target like Yuri. He's going to be a lot more different than that. But yeah, Pereira's a pick here. Yeah, 96%. But anyways, guys, those are my picks today. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed the breakdown of this card. I hope you enjoyed my picks. Leave the comments below what you think, who's gonna win these fights. Like I said, I enjoy when people put their opinions down, and you know, pick their brain what they think as well. So I do appreciate everyone that's come to this channel. We'll try to hit the 100 mark there, hopefully before the end of the year. And I really do appreciate everyone that comes by my channel, you know, likes and subscribes. So I do thank you a lot, guys. Thank you so much for helping out the channel. Also for the trolls, I see you guys. Not gonna mention any names, but I'm starting to see the trolls are coming out. It is the internet at the end of the day, but if you're gonna go out there and try to abuse me or harass me, it's not gonna work. I'm just gonna block you guys and keep you as a sub and just stop you from commenting. So it's up to you guys if you want to just be rude or whatnot. I had a couple of rude comments in this last video with the Moicano Saint Denis. I don't think it's necessary to be rude. Like if I said that I'm gonna put this video up this week, I will put it up this week. There's no need to be impatient, no need to be rude. You know, just go outside, get some fresh air from mum's basement and try to live life a little, okay? There's a lot better things to do than stay on the internet. But anyways, guys, that was my little statement. But yeah, thank you guys for always coming in, you know, helping out the channel. Thank you guys for subscribing and liking, and thank you guys for putting your input in the comments. I really do appreciate it. And I'll also start doing some live UFC 5 simulations, so it won't be every week, but it'll be definitely with the pay-per-views. Like I'll do simulation UFC 5 with the pay-per-views here, and just, you know, we can just chat and just, you know, see how the fights play out, whatnot. Just something different for the channel as well. So I'll do that for the channel as well. You know, even if it's once or twice a month, it's something. So yeah, guys. Anyways, we'll be back with another video. Hit the like, subscribe, and see you then.